The world is loud. Cars rush past. Voices overlap. Clocks tick, unnoticed. And then, everything stops. A bird hangs motionless in the air. A raindrop freezes inches above the ground. A scream is cut in half, suspended forever. You can still breathe. You can still think. You can still move. Everyone else is frozen in time. This is not a dream. This is not a metaphor. This is the moment when time itself abandons the universe, for everyone except you. At first, you don't understand what has happened. You wait for sound to return, for motion to resume, for the world to blink and correct itself. It never does. The traffic light stays yellow forever. Flames freeze in the shape of fire. Ocean waves become walls of glass. Time, something humanity has never controlled, never paused, never escaped, has stopped flowing, and somehow, impossibly, you are still moving inside it. That alone changes everything, because time is not just hours and minutes. Time is change. It is the reason anything can happen at all. In physics, time is the dimension that allows cause to lead to effect. Atoms vibrate because time moves forward. Hearts beat because chemical reactions unfold in sequence. Thought itself depends on time progressing from one neuron firing to the next. If time truly freezes, the universe becomes a single, perfect snapshot, and you are the only thing that does not belong in it. For you to move while time is frozen, your atoms must still vibrate. Your blood must still flow. Your brain must still process information, which means the laws of physics are being selectively ignored, not for the universe, only for you. You have become an exception to reality. You take a step forward. It works, but it shouldn't. Air molecules should be frozen in place, forming an invisible wall. In a truly frozen universe, movement would be impossible. So something else must be happening. Around you, there is a small region where time still flows, a bubble of normal physics that travels with your body. Inside it, motion exists. Outside it, the universe is paused. Every step you take drags this bubble forward, cutting through a frozen world. You speak, your voice leaves your mouth and vanishes. Sound waves cannot travel through frozen air. The moment your words exit your moving bubble, they stop. No echo, no response. You realize something deeply unsettling. No matter how loudly you scream, no one will ever hear you. You walk through a city. People are frozen mid-stride. A child reaches for a parent's hand. A driver grips the steering wheel, eyes locked on the road ahead. They are not asleep. They are not dead. They are paused. Every expression is permanent. Every emotion is trapped. You can see fear, joy, anger, surprise. But none of it can change. For the first time, the meaning of loneliness shifts. You are surrounded by humanity and completely cut off from it. In real science, time behaves strangely, but never like this. Astronauts in orbit age slightly slower due to time dilation. Particles moving near the speed of light experience time at a different rate. Even near a black hole, where gravity warps time itself, it never fully stops for one observer while continuing for another. What you are experiencing has no known parallel in nature, which means the consequences are not just dramatic, they are dangerous. Light itself depends on time to move. In a frozen universe, photons cannot travel. The only reason you can see anything is because light inside your time bubble is still moving. Beyond it, the universe is technically dark. As you walk, you are not moving through a lit world. You are carrying a moving window of visibility through eternal night. A spotlight drifting across a dead cosmos. Hunger eventually arrives. Your body still needs energy. You still age. You still consume time, while the universe does not. You enter a store. Food is frozen in mid-air, mid-fall, mid-shelf. You reach out and grab an apple. The moment it enters your bubble, it becomes unfrozen. You take a bite. It tastes normal, but the implications are terrifying. Every object you move permanently alters the frozen world. When time resumes, if it ever does, things will be missing. Food will vanish. Objects will be displaced. Entire rooms may be subtly changed. History will be altered without explanation. Now imagine touching a person. You gently push someone aside. They don't react. Their muscles don't engage. Their balance doesn't correct. They move like a statue. But when time resumes, their body will suddenly regain momentum. Bones may break, organs may tear, a harmless touch could become fatal. You begin to understand a horrifying truth. You cannot safely interact with the world. Not without consequences no one else will ever understand. Days pass, or maybe weeks. The sun never moves across the sky. Shadows never shift. There is no morning, no night. Your internal clock becomes your only reference. Sleep feels meaningless. Waking feels pointless. The human mind is not built for this. Isolation breaks people. Even in silence, even in darkness, the mind needs response. Here, there is none. No voice answers, no face reacts, no sign confirms that anyone else is still conscious. You are not just alone. You are existentially isolated. The planet itself is frozen. Earth's rotation is paused. Tectonic plates are locked. The molten core is still. This prevents earthquakes, storms, and collapse. But you are still moving. Every step transfers energy into a system that cannot redistribute it. Every object you disturb creates imbalance. You are introducing cracks into a perfectly static universe. Machines are useless. Electricity is frozen. Computers cannot process. Phones will never turn on. All human knowledge exists but cannot advance. Books can be read. Screens cannot change. Civilization has been paused at a single frame, and only you can see it. Eventually, the question becomes unavoidable. Will time ever start again? You have no way to know, and that uncertainty reshapes your choices, because if time does resume, the world will suddenly experience the results of everything you did. From everyone else's perspective, time stopped for 0 seconds. And yet the world will be different. History will have changed invisibly. And then there is the darker possibility. Time never resumes. Stars will never burn out. The universe will never reach its end. Everything remains preserved forever. Except you. You will age. Your body will weaken. Your mind will tire. And one day, you will die. When you do, motion ends completely. The universe becomes a perfect, eternal still image, not alive, not dead, just frozen. This thought experiment reveals something profound. Time is not just a measurement. It is existence itself. Without time, nothing can change, nothing can matter, nothing can continue. Being the only one allowed to move is not a gift. It is the heaviest burden imaginable, to witness everything, to affect almost nothing, to exist without connection. So consider this. If time froze for everyone except you, what would you do? Would you protect the world? Would you change it? Would you risk altering history, knowing no one would ever remember why? And if time finally started again, would the world recognize you as human? Or would you be something else entirely? Because that question leads to another. What if time didn't freeze, but broke in a errant way? That story is still waiting.